let's take a look at adding our music for our top 5 project. We're going to go ahead and start by minimizing out of Chrome here, going to the search at the bottom, searching for Premiere Pro, and clicking on Adobe Premiere Pro. In just a short moment here, that should open up. All right, and there we go. We finished loading. Wonderful. We'll go to File at the top, go to Open Recent, go to our top 5 project, and that should open up inside of Adobe here in just a moment. And there we go. As always, we'll ignore this yellow box at the bottom. It should go away on its own momentarily. Let's go to Window at the top, go to Workspaces, click on Editing, go to Window at the top, Workspaces, Reset to Saved Layout, Window at the top, go down to Projects, and select our top 5 project. Next, we're going to go ahead and double click on our music folder, and this is where we should have our songs that we downloaded earlier in this process and that we imported earlier in this process. I'm going to go ahead and click on my timeline and zoom out by hitting the minus key, just so I can get a better view of what I'm doing. So I want to see the beginning of my project here, and that's exactly what we can see. Next, let's go ahead and see what songs we had picked out earlier. I'm going to double click on the audio icon right here to open it up in our source panel, and let's click play to decide which one we're going to use. All right, and that one's okay. And I think this is the one that I will go with for this particular edit. We're going to go ahead and click and drag the audio icon on the one we'd like to use down underneath the audio for everything else. And if we want to be really safe, we can drag it way down here into audio 3. That will be just fine. We'll go ahead and let go. A word of warning, if you drop this on top of any of the blue, you're going to be in for a bad time. That means that you would have just deleted the sound that you worked so hard to record for this project. Definitely a big no-no. Let's make sure we're dropping this underneath everything, not on top of our blue boxes. Moving on here, let's go to the beginning of our video by clicking and dragging and taking a listen to how this is sounding.
Hey everybody, Mark here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5.
And that's doing all right. I think it's a good fit for the video, but it's a little bit loud. Let's see if we can fix that. We're going to click on our audio here, and then we're going to go to the top and select Window, go down to Effect Controls right here, and then we're going to click on this blue watch next to Level, not the one next to Bypass, but the one next to Level. And then we're going to go to this 0 dB right here. And let's try clicking on the blue and typing in -15 and pressing Enter on our keyboard. Minus numbers are going to make your song quieter, while positive numbers are going to make your song louder. Let's go ahead and play this and see if that's doing any better.
Mario games. The reason I picked this as my top 5 is because Mario got me started on gaming way back on the Game Boy Color. Let's go ahead and get started. My number 5 pick is Super Mario.
And I think that's doing okay. Maybe I'll make it just a little bit quieter. So I'm going to go back to that blue number and let's try -18 and press Enter. Now, an important note here, your numbers can and probably should be different from what I'm typing in here. Every song is going to have its own unique footprint and profile that needs to be given the proper attention and individuality for its adjustments. So every song is different, which means every number should be different. Let's go ahead and see if this is doing any better by pressing play.
World for the Super Nintendo. The reason I picked this one is for all the different Yoshis that were in that game.
And I think I'm liking what that's doing there. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and move our playhead to the end here. And we're going to zoom in by pressing plus. And you'll see that the song kind of ends before the end of our video. Let's go ahead and rewind just a little bit.
In a Mario game. I also really like the combat system in this game that encourages.
And that sounds okay, but I think we can do a little bit better if we can find a way to stretch this song out a little bit farther. To do this, we're going to hold down on this icon right here, and we're going to select the Remix tool. Now, the Remix tool is an interesting feature that is actually new-ish to Adobe Premiere Pro. This used to be exclusive to another one of their products that they've just built into Adobe Premiere Pro. I've actually never tried using this inside of Adobe Premiere Pro before. Let's give it a shot together and see what happens. With our remix tool selected, we're going to click and drag on the end of our song until it matches up with the end of our video. And you'll see that shows this clip analysis down here. That's exactly what we want. Let's zoom out and look, it has magically made our song longer. If we listen to this,
Precise timing, strategic thinking, and really helps you.
it sounds completely normal. So this is using AI to kind of figure out what patterns and loops exist inside of the song to make the song longer. Pretty cool. Now, let's go ahead and play this out.
Opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye now.
And we've made sure that the song is ending pretty close to the end of our video. If we wanted absolute control though, we could make this song even longer. So again, selecting our remix tool, clicking and holding down on this third tool right here, clicking on remix tool, and then clicking and dragging on the end of our song and just making it a little bit longer. And that's going to give us a little bit more control. I'm going to go ahead and put my tool away here by clicking on the selection tool. That's this pointy one right here. And then we're going to go ahead and click and drag the song back to where it lines up with the end of our video. And last, we're going to apply a audio transition. Let's go to Window up at the top, go down to Effects, go down to Audio Transitions, Crossfade, and we're just going to apply this constant power to the end of our song by clicking and dragging to the end of our song right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here by clicking and dragging on this bar at the bottom or using the plus button on our keyboard just so I can get a better view of this constant power. Usually this is going to be a little too short by default, so I always like to make it a little bit longer. I'm just going to click and drag on this gray box right here. The icon should turn red. We're going to slide that over to the left to make that transition a little bit longer, something like that maybe. I'm going to zoom out by pressing minus on my keyboard, and let's take a listen to how this is sounding.
What would you pick? I would love to hear your opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye now.
And there we go. Almost like magic, we've been able to extend our audio track out, and then we cut it just a little bit shorter so that we have control over when that track ends and how it ends. As always, let's make sure we save early and save often by going to File at the top and then selecting Save. And then we're going to want to take our usual screenshot. Move your mouse over our timeline down here, press the tilde key on your keyboard, and we're going to want to slide this bar all the way over to the left to make sure we're starting from the beginning, zooming out either by clicking and dragging on the bar or by using the minus key on our keyboard. And I just want to be able to see as much detail on your timeline here as possible. Last, we're going to go ahead and take our screenshot with Windows F10. Then we can press the tilde key one more time and exit out of Adobe Premiere Pro. As always, submit your screenshot on Google Classroom to receive credit, and I will see you all back in class. Bye now.